welcome to Feedback Spot Back. It is
episode 6, maybe?
episode 6.
Maybe? 6?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, yes, welcome back. And today, I'm Cash.
Yeah, I'm Nikki.
I'm Landon.
And today we are like, let's take some personality tests.
Yeah,
And so, that is quite the rage these days. And so we each took like the MBTI test on 16personalities.com
Yep.
for our own personalities. And I mean, like, these like, they say it changes, throughout your whole life. So it's like, I've taken these. I took one in high school. I took one, I think, in college. And I took one recently. And
have they been the same result?
No, I think they have changed. Like, in college, I remember it was different from this one. But yeah, we're all changing. Our personality changes.
Hopefully. Hopefully we're changing and evolving.
So there's that. But yeah, so when I took it, I got INFP T, the mediator. The mediator.
Oh, that's what it's listening you asked.
So that is poetic, kind, altruistic.
Oh wait, damn, we just jumping into
Okay, let's go yours. Okay, let's go through yours then. Okay.
Anyways, so mine, Mickey, by the way.
Yes.
Mine is
Did you say your name?
ISF. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mine is ISFJT.
Who are you?
I'm a defender. Apparently.
ISFJT.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
so we're
Landon
introverted
is...
and feeling.
Well, I'm always been an INFP, and I took this one, but I don't believe in it. I don't believe in the results I got. But I got INTJ, which, like I said, I've always been an INFP, so...
Yeah. I think you are also more of an INFP.
Yeah. As I feel like, I've kind of accepted that, like, I resonate as an INFP, but...
Yeah. Well, at this point in your life right now, you're ISTJ?
INTJ.
INTJ.
Yeah.
INTJ.
Like, so I have literally zero identity with this. This personality I just got.
He's been living a lie.
Granted, I did answer this real fast, so I guess I could be wrong.
No, man, you gotta think about it. It's your personality, man.
Could be wrong.
But so I mean, we all got something different, but I do think you were more INFP.
And sorry if there's any rumblings in the background. Our grandma is reorganizing some dishware, I guess. I don't know what's happening.
My goodness. But okay, so I got the mediator. What is yours? The defender.
What is yours?
The architect.
The architect.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But yeah,
I think I'm a meteor, but
there's supposed to be 16 different personality things,
okay,
right?
Gotcha.
So
go for it. You wanna. So for the 60 personalities, on the website, it when you do the test and you get whatever your personality is, it shows you the percentages of your traits. So if you want to just read, Cash is gonna read off her traits first, I guess.
Yeah.
What the percentages?
I gotta get to it. So, for mind, I am 87% introverted and 13% extroverted, which is interesting because I think my introversion has grown since the last time I took it, which is probably a few months ago. Yeah, 87% introverted, which I mean I agree with.
87%.
87%.
Wow, that's crazy.
What about you?
That's high. Mine is 62% introverted.
Oh, okay.
Whoa,
mine
yours?
My introvertedness is 90%.
90%?
Introversion?
Yeah, introverted.
Holy shit.
Okay, that kind of checks out though. If you really think about it.
Yeah.
Because Landon always talks about I can't make friends.
Damn.
I do believe that 90% checks out. Yeah,
I also don't make friends easily. I tend to stick with my people.
Well, no, but I feel like you have the ability to do it.
Yeah, I do.
For me, because because Landon and our younger sister, when they used to express to me all the time, how do you make friends? I'm like, what? I'm you just make friends.
Talk,
you know what I mean? Yeah. It's because I'm introverted. I prefer to be obviously to myself.
Yes.
And if I have to be, I'm okay. I'm okay being it's not uncomfortable for me.
Yeah. It's if I have to be extroverted,
it's fine.
in certain situations, I will.
It's fine. But I prefer.
I would prefer to never talk to anyone.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And then energy. I'm 68% intuitive and 32% observant. So intuitive, it says, our individual that is very imaginative, open-minded, and curious. They value originality and focus on hidden meanings and distant possibilities. So I think that's also I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't know.
I'm trying to think of what I was before, which I don't remember what it was. But I think these days I definitely am more intuitive. Definitely, I don't know. Because in college, I feel with that headspace, you have to be open-minded.
Yeah.
With the environment at least. And so I don't know, maybe I always have been more intuitive. But these days, I feel like I have become more imaginative than, like, observant.
Okay.
Yeah. And we're all intuitive, right?
I'm intuitive.
I'm 52% observant and 48% intuitive.
So what does observant mean?
Okay, so it says observant personalities is what is it? They're most in touch with what occurs in front of them in the present, and their actions is influenced by what's happening like in front of them,
like right in the moment.
Right in the moment, I guess. Which I guess in a way, yes, but I stress a lot about the future. So and I'm like that's where I'm like kind of like I don't know
because it's like 52%, so it's like pretty close. Yeah.
Right. That's true. That is true. So it's kind of like almost 50-50.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that is I. What did you get, Landon?
I got intuitive as well. 54% intuitive and 40.
Oh, okay, so it's also kind of like 50-50.
Yeah.
Almost.
Mine's just a bit more intuitive.
Yeah.
68%.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Interesting. And then I am 61% feeling and 39% thinking. So feelings they value emotional expression and sensitivity. They place a lot on empathy, social harmony, and cooperation.
Okay.
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I feel like also these days I have become more feeling. I think in college I was definitely more thinking.
For sure.
Yeah.
Just like I said, like the environment. Yeah.
Actually, you know what? This is probably very true because this is like where the F comes in, the INFP.
Yeah.
And for me, I got thinking, which is I got 54% thinking and 46% feeling, and I feel like maybe that's true. Maybe I have been more thinking recently.
Okay. I think what at least from what
I think I've been more thinking.
From what I think with land is like sometimes I guess a big like this is just me like inferring I guess more so because I obviously I don't see Landon every day and I don't see what he does in his day-to-day situations stuff like that, but from what I think and what I see sometimes is that Landon overthinks too much sometimes.
For sure.
Where he like overthinks too much. Where I'm like, sometimes if you just go for it or just do it, it'd be so much easier.
It's mainly anxiety.
Like I feel like because I overthink, but I'm like sometimes I feel like when Landon like does come and like explain some situations and stuff like that, I'm like, man, it'd be so much simpler if you just did it, instead of just like overthinking so much. So I guess that kind of does match. With it.
I mean, I feel like I was feeling feeling like I said. Normally, I feel like I would be feeling, but I think more recently it's probably been more thinking. Recently, just because I just the state of growing up.
Exactly, adulthood.
I've just been
it's like you gotta you have to be you have to focus on doing rather than feeling.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think mine was 67% feeling and 33% thinking. Which, I mean, that part, I don't know how they gauge it because, like I said, I'm a very logical person.
Yeah.
Like, anything, I try to think about it logically more. But in terms of, I can feel sympathy and empathy. I'm very connected that way.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they gauge it, the personality, quote unquote, personality-wise. But,
it does just... Thinking mean you're less empathic?
Right. Like what exactly? It's because it's like sometimes I could be like what's a good example? I don't know, I guess going out to eat, for example. It could be I feel like eating, so let's go out and eat, right? And then some days I'll be like, but think about the money in this financial situations. And let's be logical about
maybe
stuff.
It's about more so situations of because it's about emotional expression and stuff, right?
Oh well, yeah.
So I
for
feel
sure.
maybe
I'm very
in that aspect, not aspects just going out and eating, but aspects of how you relate to other people. I think.
Oh yeah. No, for sure. Yeah, I'm not gonna be the kind of guy who's if someone's ranting to me about something, I should be like, well, you should think about it this way.
I mean, you were just saying that all Landon though.
Well, no, not like that. But that wasn't a logical thing.
Yeah. Well,
kind of is, but
whole overthinking, you're just doing it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? That is kind of true. But sometimes, so, a lot of times, I just listen to what they got to say and be like, you know what? That's true. Your emotions are valid. You know what I mean? But so I guess.
Wow.
So.
And then for tactics, I am 60% prospecting, and then 40% judging. So prospecting individuals are good at improvising, adapting to opportunities, tend to be flexible, nonconformists who value novelty above stability. What do y'all get?
I got 60% judging.
The opposite.
40%.
Wow.
And I got 63% judging as well.
Oh, really?
Whoa,
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
What now?
What does prospecting mean?
You mean judging?
Judging.
Judging
Yeah.
individuals are decisive, thorough, and highly organized. They value charity, predictability, and closure, preferring structure and plan to spontaneity.
Spontaneity.
See, I was like, this is definitely not me. This is definitely not
Yeah.
me. This is
Really?
definitely,
What?
the other way around.
I'm
Oh,
very like
definitely
I
not judging.
need structure.
You need structure.
No.
No, not that I need it, but like I prefer
Prefer
structure.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
No.
for sure. Like I don't want to just go in blindly without a plan or something.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I do that all the
No, I do all the time.
Oh, I mean, I can,
it's
but like,
easier than like planning.
Yeah,
something
I'm
just
like
because
planning
it's,
things
like-
kind of stress me out because then it's like so then I have to hit these, you know.
And it's not that either, but for me, it's like planning for me is like it means nothing to me because
Unless
plans
yeah.
don't really like
They change.
what
They
are
change.
they? Then you have a plan A and B and C.
No, I see. I
Oh, but
can't
that's
do
not
that.
really a plan.
Yeah, I
That
can't
is a
do
plan.
that.
You know,
Yeah.
plan A, and then if it does
No,
mess up or
because at
F
that
up,
point you're thinking on your feet, so it's just
Yeah.
it's just like
I think
spontaneity.
Yeah.
you know? Spontaneity.
I'm like, yeah.
I mean, I
go
do
with the
too.
flow
I'm
and stuff.
cool going with the flow, but I also prefer
Prefer to have
plan.
something in
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I can be spontaneous,
Yeah.
but like for
Mm.
sure, plan first.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
No, I'm like
Yeah.
literally. I can just go in
Yeah.
blind. We just do it on the go.
Okay.
And then identity.
Yeah, what you get?
81% turbulent, and 19%
Whoa.
certain.
That's crazy. That's
So turbulent
crazy.
individuals are self-conscious, sensitive to stress. They feel a sense of urgency in their emotions and tend to be success-driven, perfectionist, and eager to improve.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's
Which,
crazy.
I mean, yeah, I'm like, I get stressed out so often.
80
Yeah.
something.
Do you see the wrinkles that are coming in? Literally, my forehead wrinkles galore. Like, I
No.
never used to have that, man.
Really?
Yeah. But
I
anyways.
don't look at your forehead, so I don't know.
Well, I do.
Yeah.
I look at my forehead.
I'm like, I'm 54% turbulent.
54%?
Yeah, only 54.
Wow.
I'm like, how do you
81%.
get 80?
81%.
Yeah, I have 67% on turbulence. So.
Yeah, what
Well,
was
we're
what's
all
the other side?
turbulent.
Assertive. What's assertive?
Yeah, I'm not assertive.
Calm in the storm.
Turbulent.
I mean, I guess in a way because like I don't really stress about
Yeah,
too much
yeah,
things.
Yeah, I was
Like-
like, I stress about things, but like in the moments, I normally don't stress.
I mean, no, I do.
Like I stress in the moment, but then when I get
'Cause,
over, I'm
okay.
like,
Because like I
That was
was like
fake.
in a kind of like car accident recently, right?
Yeah,
It wasn't too bad of a car accident. Like nobody was hurt or anything.
Mhm.
But like I like looking back on it, I disassociated. Like
Yeah.
I was like,
You
holy
checked
shit.
out.
No, like I remember like it wasn't like slow mo or anything, you know, when the point of impact hit. It was just like the realization, like, oh, we're gonna hit that car. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so then we hit the car. It wasn't too bad. Like when we like, you know, pulled off and then we had to, you know, go through the steps of reporting it
Yep.
and then, you know, like doing all this stuff to like for the accident to be cleared up and everything. I was like checked out. Like
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize it until after because I wasn't driving. I was a passenger.
Yeah.
So like I didn't realize until after like that whole incident, like a week after. Like I was like looking back on it and I was like, I literally like didn't feel any of that. Like I was like not there.
You
like
weren't present.
like
no.
I was not like it was like yeah me looking at it from someone else's point of view.
Uh-huh.
Like I was not present. I was like shit. I was like God
Yeah.
damn, that's kind of bad.
Yeah,
Because
that
if
is-
I was the one driving, I'm like, what would I have done then?
you would freak out.
I would have I would have been checked out and like I'm like I mean
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have flipped out. But I would have been disassociated.
Yeah,
so
no,
like
for
and I
sure.
would not have processed any of that until after because I didn't process it really until after a week later.
Mhm.
Mhm.
When I was like, oh yeah, I wasn't processing it in the
Yeah.
moment. And so I was just like, damn.
Right.
So
I'm so glad I've never been in an accident.
yeah,
Honestly.
yeah. I mean, like, I haven't been like in a bad accident.
Right. No. For
I've
sure.
been I've been in like situations where
fender
like
benders.
someone's like hit us before.
Mhm.
But it was
Never. I hope.
I was-
But I've never been driving.
Don't do
Yeah.
that to me,
I was-
please.
I was like-
Anybody, don't put it on the
I
road.
get so stressed
Knock
out
on
driving.
wood. I don't know where.
There's no wood.
Is this wood?
I do
Yeah.
hate driving because of drivers, but you know.
Yeah.
No, and all the newest actions I've been in, I was like literally the actions I have been in though. It's like most times the way I've reacted to most of them has always been like, okay, it happened, so now what do you do?
Now
what
what?
do you do?
Yeah.
Like what's
Right.
next? And it's never been like I don't think I've ever been panicked or like scared of
Yeah. Yeah.
any of it happening. I think most of it is just literally like, oh wait, now this is happening and I need to fit because the second one or the most recent one I got into it was my fault, of course.
Yeah.
But my car hit them.
Mhm.
Like I said, they pulled out in an intersection where they were not supposed to, and
Yeah.
then they pulled out of nowhere. I hit them, of course, and I went over to check on them, and they were freaking out, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
And I sat there, and in my head, I was just like, "Why are we freaking out? Just let me know what's up, and then we can
let's
move
just
on
figure
with
this out.
So that's how we move on with this. And it was one of those moments where it was like,
unless like somebody's really hurt.
Yeah, unless somebody was really hurt.
If someone was really hurt, I'd probably
start. Yeah, you start the adrenaline rush.
If I genuinely like actually hurt somebody really bad, then I would like feel really bad about it. But it was one of those moments where it's like, I know that like this person's not gonna die, right? This person's not gonna die.
It's alright. If you broke a bone, it's okay. You're not gonna die. Stop being a baby, bro. It's like I don't need to do CPR. We're good.
Rub some dirt on it, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, spit in dirt. It's fine.
This person's fine, right? Okay, like they're probably like have like a few like I would say like body trauma or something, but like they're not. There's no broken bones or anything. I was like, this person's fine, but everyone's freaking out, and I'm like, please, this is like we just need to take the next steps in this, and that's about it. And it's, like, I think for both situations that I've been in car accidents, it's like, okay, like, what do we do now? Like, it's just like, this is something that happened and I can't do anything. We can't be like, oh my God, why did that happen? Or why'd you do this? It's like, it just happened. Let's just move on. And I feel like I've been pretty calm about approaching or dealing with those sort of situations, per se. Just because it's like, I feel like I'm not a planner, but it's like like the default things.
You just go with the flow. It's like all right,
well, like this happened. Now I gotta deal
with it, right?
A happened. Now B. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been in an accident, so I'm blessed. Please keep it that way.
I still remember. Actually, I was like another I guess you say accident. This isn't really like a. It's really like a car accident. So I used to work in a warehouse, right? And there's an incident that happened where I was the way the warehouse worked is you'd pick things off like this rack, and this rack would move, right? It would slide on this giant slider, and it had all this bunch of stuff sitting on like a what do they call it? A pallet, a pallet, right? And I had moved this thing off a slider, and then the pallet had slid in really fast, and it caught my leg. So my leg was stuck in this pallet, and I was stuck here between this pallet and my little pallet jack. And I'm just stuck there with nobody around, but I didn't panic because the thing is it's this thing isn't killing me. I'm not gonna die. Of course, there's nobody around me, and I couldn't push the thing because of course it's fucking heavy. There's a shit ton of things on this. So I was just I just sat there and was like, okay, next guy I see it, just wave him down, and ask him to come help me. And so next guy comes and I wave him down, and I was like, no big deal, and I leave. And then at the end of the day, they make a big deal of it. And I'm like, dude. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, isn't safety?
I do understand that it's like a safety thing, but it's it just happened, and then you fix the problem, and then after the problem is fixed, you don't have to worry about anything. But that's just the way I
really okay. Now that I think about it, right? I don't think I've really panicked. The only time that I've ever lost my shit, was which going back to referencing last episode is if I'm in water. That's the only time that I really lost my shit. Because there was one time where, there's plenty of times, right? But there's one time, there's one time where, or at least Cash and me took theater or stagecraft in high school, right? And you know how we'd have the after parties, right? For whoever works the show. Yeah. So we and it was one of the girls that hosted the show, right? I mean the after party, and it was at her house, and they had a pool, and her and me knew each other, we were friends and whatnot, and she pushed me in, but things that we didn't know. Or nobody knew that I couldn't swim.
Oh,
and she pushed me into the middle of the damn pool. Yeah. And the instant I felt the push, it was slow-mo where I was and it was instant, it was the instant fear panic. Because I saw the water, and I'm fuck. And literally I splashed in there, and as soon as I went in there, I started freaking out, and I started waving my hand like that, and then I bet you the first thing I was what the fuck? Yeah, what was he just it was instant whatever. But right, and it was instant fear where I started panicking because I'm I'm fucked. Yeah. I'm fucked. And so I'm there's two ways that they would come and pick me up. Yeah. And which is either I wave rapidly, which I did. And for the first I think 10-15 seconds, nobody did anything. So I was all right, fuck it, I'm just gonna lay there. So I lay there.
I mean, if you stop moving, you go for it.
No, I stopped moving, and then someone came and jumped in and got me. And I was like, why did you get me when I first was fucking panicking?
I know. You're probably
but they're like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah. But I'm just nobody fucking wants to come get me, so I just I just like, okay, I'm gonna sit still.
I'm gonna float.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So, but I was like, that's the only time that I've ever like really panicked.
Yeah.
Like where I'm like where I'm like can visibly or like physically remember.
Yeah, remember panicking.
Yeah. Like that's the only time. Like anytime in water.
I mean, yeah.
So,
Death or like survival.
Yeah.
It's like
That's the only time.
Because the best way I like to put it is like when you're not in control. When you're at the mercy of like just other forces.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
nature.
there's another
man.
good one, and it also involves Mickey as well, and it's because we went to a pool together, right? It's one of those pools with the waves. I remember distinctively, me and Mickey had
the vacation.
we went on
The
vacation.
realization when it was pulling us.
We went deeper into this this pool that was like had waves, and we had gotten to a part where we were just literally like standing on our tippy toes, right? We thought it was fine because like, okay, this is nice, this is fine, this is where a lot of people were because the big waves were coming.
Yeah.
But then we had the
Was
realization.
that a water park?
I think it was
Yeah.
like a water
Yeah,
park.
it was a water
We had
park.
a realization that it was like we are no longer touching the bottom, and we were freaking out, and we were trying to swim back,
But it kept
but it kept pulling us in because
Flailing.
that's how the waves work.
Yeah.
And I remember specifically.
That's how riptides work.
Yeah, I remember going, and at this point, I started to panic as well because I was like, I can't, like, I'm gonna drown in this. Like, I'm dealing with this crowd of people. So there's a
They're not
person,
gonna see
there's a
me.
person on a floaty, and it was either me or Mickey who had the chance to grab onto this person because we were like apart from each other.
Were you guys not in the vest?
No, we were not in the vest.
No, we were
Why
just
would you
chilling.
do that?
Okay,
Why
because
would
it
you
was
go
with
into
our aunt.
that?
It was with our aunt and our cousins too.
Yeah.
I remember
I
that.
don't remember that.
I don't think you went.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure if you went or even if you did.
Was
you
it up
stayed.
north?
It's
See,
north.
then why? Then I did go, but why did y'all? I wore. No, I don't think I did.
Because
wear it.
because Mama was sitting at the edge.
Yeah,
I remember
she was.
that.
Sitting at
'Cause
the
I remember
edge,
her
she
just
fell. It was
laying
like
there.
no shot.
Yeah.
Get out the water.
Yeah. She just laid
She was
and
about
she was
to
just
drown
like
in an inch of
splashing.
water.
I was about to drown in the bathtub.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
dog, but yeah, no, I grabbed this floaty and I was like, nah, Mickey,
No.
I'm with you. Because it was either me or him, and I grabbed it, and I was like, no shot, kid.
The person in the floaty was like, "What are these people doing?" Oh my
I know.
gosh!
And I was just like, I distinctly remember like pushing and getting to this thing and being like, oh my god, finally I'm saved. But I knew I left Mickey behind.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah, no. Now that you said, it, I do remember like that panic state.
Yeah.
When because we bounce off with our tippy toes, on the floor.
That's
but then
how I
once you
was.
start noticing that you're going under, you're going
Oh
under
my
just to touch the floor.
My goodness!
It was like
The
air than water.
worst
Air than
time.
water.
It was like, when you start trying to, we should try to push back.
And the scary
But
part-
then you start realizing you can push back
That's when you
a foot.
cling to the
but
wall,
then
man.
I know
We were nowhere
we were
near
in
the
the
wall.
middle. We were in the middle
with
Why?
a crowd of people, and because
because
Why?
we were idiots. We were idiots.
Like if I ever go into deeper as I was cling to the wall, but also like because I'm so much shorter than y'all.
Yeah.
Right. Like whenever it gets to like the 5 feet point, I'm like, I'm underwater, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't do
Basically.
this. So
Yeah.
like all y'all would be going out there, and I'm like, I gotta hang back here because
Yeah.
my toes already can't reach.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It's bad.
It's,
It was.
it's scary.
I just like I hate water. So anything deep water, like I think once it hits my chest, because that's when you start
Yeah.
feeling the pressure on your
The-
chest.
the-
That's when it starts panicking.
Yeah.
Well, I start panicking. Like which is weird. It still makes me panic. As soon as it hits my chest and
Yeah.
I feel like it's harder to breathe, I'm like,
Yeah, you
like,
can feel, like,
that's
the
as
pressure
far
of
as I'll
water.
go. That's
Yeah.
as far as I'll go.
Because normally at that point, even if you lift your feet off the ground, then you actually then you'll
You can
submerge.
float.
Yeah. Well, you lift off.
You'll fall on the ground.
No.
Well,
If you lift it, you're gonna.
Deep
I
down.
gotta practice it, man.
I can drown in this
No,
water.
it's okay. No, you know how funny it is? Because when we went to the beach that one time, our dad was like trying to teach us how to like float or whatever.
Yeah.
Because our younger brother, he was like loving it, right? He was because he just likes the ocean, he likes the water, and so
Yeah.
he was like literally just dead man floating there. No, but like with his head, with his face up, right?
Yeah.
And I couldn't get the whole lying on your back thing and just floating.
Yeah.
I couldn't get that down.
Mhm.
The only float I could do was face down.
Yeah. You hold your breath, you just onto the water, and you face down.
Cross and everything.
For real. That's the only kind of floating I
The
could do.
funniest, this is the funniest thing though, is it like, this wasn't just our little brother doing this and you doing this, this was all of us doing it.
And And just like it was like a year ago. It wasn't even like when we were kids.
No, the people watching you just not lying to us.
There is literally crowds of other families watching us all perform this really weird.
It's almost like a ritual.
Trying to flow all these grown ass
Synchronized swimming.
Oh my god. No, but like I remember doing that, and then because he got really good at it, and so he would just like, you know, lay there and like float or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I remember like going to my friend after that and be like, I can float now, but not face up.
but I think anybody can do that.
No, because she got so excited because I was like, I can float now. And she's like, oh my god. I'm like, but not face up. And she immediately was just like, ma'am.
Like everybody can do
oh
that.
Oh my god, it was so funny. But yeah.
Wow.
Water's not my friend, man.
Water's not anybody's friend. I don't think we don't belong in there. That is very true.
Oh my god. So anyways, let's get back to a topic of
from outside of water.
What even brought us to there? I don't remember.
It was us
panicking.
Panicking. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Water. Screw the water.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
That's
but
what
anyways,
we all say. But
yeah. You know what? We should really do like also because we were thinking like. Landon was suggesting we're gonna do like a top 5 like movies of all time at least, but we should also do the top 5 most hated animals of all time.
Most hated animals?
Because I would go orca number 1.
God.
But anyways, just saying.
Yeah, you know.
Water.
Like I would not care if they went extinct. Like
I don't know about that.
I agree with that.
Because they were endangered. I think they're off the list now.
They're thriving.
They're thriving, man. And I'm over here like I know, and I'm over here like, but did we need to bring them back?
Yes, it's a balance.
They are very smart, but like
they're too
smart, man.
Yeah, but anyways,
they're legit the serial killers of the ocean.
Which is like crazy because the ocean is huge. And but it's okay. Like I said, it's okay. It's all right.
Anyways, this is another topic for another time.
Yeah,
we just do episodes solely on how much we hate orcas.
No.
Anyways,
I don't want to give them the limelight.
Oh my god.
Anyways. So, yes, back to our
personalities, alright?
Okay, well, I am a mediator.
Okay, so explain what that is.
So, introduction into that. They have vibrant, passionate inner lives. I don't know what that means. Creative and imaginative. They happily lose themselves in daydreams. I think I do. I mean, these days I do. Yeah, they invent all sorts of stories and conversations in their minds. These personalities are known for their sensitivity. They can have profound emotional responses to music, art, nature, and the people around them. They are idealistic and empathetic. They long for deep, soulful relationships, and they feel called to help others. They make a small portion of the population. Mediators can sometimes feel lonely or invisible, adrift in a world that doesn't seem to appreciate the traits that make them unique. I mean, I feel like I can relate to this. Like, this is
a good mediator.
The thing is, literally everything you're saying, I'm like, yeah, no,
you resonate with that.
Like I am very moved by music, art, stories. Like that's like something I like love, you know? It's like I have to give that up for adulthood. Not really give up, but it's like that always have to be like, you know, kind of set aside. But it's just like, it is something that like affects me. Like it's just like, like consuming different forms of art.
Media is like
different forms of art, different forms of storytelling. Like I love that shit.
Yeah, no, same. But, it's like my biggest thing too.
Yeah, and so
not for what your personality says.
Crazy that my personality is not.
And it says like, you know, mediators long for deep, soulful relationships, which I'm like, I get. That's why I don't have. I mean, it's like I have a group of friends, but there's not too many in them, right? And it's just like, and I'm fine with that. Like, I'm fine if this is my group of friends until my death. Like, I'm like, I don't need, I'm like, I don't need anybody. Like, for me, like, especially, like, I think college really, like, solidified for me. Where it's like, if we are not connecting, if we, like, cause it's like, you know, you have to put in work for relationships, right? Yeah. And so I'm like, if it's not working, and if you want to go, just go. Like, if you're not willing to put effort, I'm not going to put effort. And I'm like, in college, I was like, wow, I'm really good at cutting people out. Like, I was like, that was something I discovered about myself, was just like, like, if I don't talk to this person, like, if it's someone, like, if it's like an acquaintance, right? And like, cause like, you know, some of my friends would be like, oh man, I don't really talk to them anymore. I'm like, I don't either, and I don't care. I realized I'm good at cutting people out.
Like, occasionally, like, I care just because, like, we had a connection at some point, you know?
Yeah, but it's like, well, that's gone.
Right. Well, okay.
And it's like,
I
yeah,
get
we
that.
had good times, but like, if we're not willing to keep it up, then
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's what it is.
Right.
You know, people come and go in your lives, and if they want to stay in your lives, they'll make an effort.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, but it's also like it's a two-way street. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So it's
for sure.
it's a lot of like
For sure.
you know, like did I do enough
Yeah.
or whatnot? So
I do
sometimes
enough
a
for the.
question-
I know I do enough for the
Whoa,
people.
okay.
No, I do. I do know. I'm
Anyways,
saying.
okay.
I know I do enough.
Wow.
Actually,
Alrighty.
sometimes, but
Yeah.
I know. When.
Actually, wait a
I do
second.
enough. I do enough.
Yeah.
I do enough.
Sometimes.
I do
enough.
Maybe not. No. Yeah. No.
I mean, with the
Yeah.
people that I care about.
Yeah. right.
So,
Right. Yeah. Okay. That is true. Well,
What and then
I guess I'm a defender.
Right.
Right. So it's saying they're unassuming, understated way, or sorry,
unassuming in an understated way.
Yeah,
Okay.
they help make the world go round. So hey,
Wow.
listen here, guys. I make the world go round.
God.
All right, we're hardworking
guy-
and devoted. We have a deep sense of responsibility.
Yeah.
That's definitely me.
Damn, cut deep.
I was just reading it and I was
Me
like,
to
oh,
the
that is
core.
me.
Oh no.
Can be counted on to meet deadlines.
Wow, good for
Right?
you.
But this one
I can't.
is not it. Remember birthdays?
You are so bad,
I'm
bro.
so bad at that.
Birthdays?
So bad at that.
Uphold traditions. That's me.
Yeah.
That is me. Okay,
Yeah.
uphold traditions and show their loved ones with gestures of care and support, which I think I tend to do.
Yeah.
We don't demand recognition, which is very true. I hate like do you guys not hate that? I think we had this conversation before. I hate when people compliment me because it's
Oh,
awkward.
yeah.
It's
It's
just
I mean,
awkward.
I don't like being complimented.
Yeah.
either.
Like it to me. I feel like it's there's no way of me to accept that because
Yeah.
I'm like I didn't
Yeah.
do anything.
It's just
so
like
why
I'm doing what needs to be
Yeah,
done.
No,
like
that's-
why are you
that's very
complimenting me? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like it feels awkward.
because I feel like normally like whenever I get complimented for like a job or something, it's like that's the baseline. Though,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Right,
Like
exactly.
the baseline is to do my job.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
so, like you can't compliment me for doing my job. That's
Yeah.
all I'm doing.
Right,
You know?
like
Yeah.
my manager's like, "Oh my god, I love you so much because you're so responsible." I'm like, "But shouldn't everybody be?"
Everyone be
Yeah,
like
I'm
that?
like,
Why
come on.
is
Why is it
everyone
just?
not like-
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Because they'll be like, "Yeah, you're like different because like you actually are hardworking," and I'm like, "That isn't that just like
Because you like actually check off the boxes.
yeah?" I'm like, "Isn't that just like the basics,
The
like
basics,
the foundation
right.
of everything?"
Yeah.
But like apparently not.
Apparently not.
You know, so I'm just like
Yeah.
whatever. But I don't like compliments. Like
Yeah,
I
same.
personally, I
Yeah.
like
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like don't compliment me.
I
I mean,
know.
the only thing is like I just like him because like you said I don't know how to take him. That's pretty
Yeah,
much it.
I can't.
Yeah.
Like personally, I hate like maybe
I know,
maybe
because it's
the
like
way
when you
we're
say
raised.
thank you, like that's such
Yeah,
a
I know.
weird.
And,
Yeah,
I mean,
like, I don't-
I mean, but that's imagine that's exactly what you have to do.
I know,
It's
but
like,
it's so weird.
but
Like,
it's,
I'm
like, it feels weird to do that. Even.
Like
Yeah.
no, like it's so normal for me to like just spit out like thank you to like a lot of people who like
Yeah,
help me,
of
right?
course.
But as soon as they say thank you to me, I'm like, why? I'm like,
yeah,
don't do that.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like I don't like because I guess like you were saying, Landon, is that our parents like
well, I'm like maybe this is all because we're also Asian.
okay, well okay, no,
It's
that-
deeper.
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
different like how we raised because like I don't think our parents really said thank you to
No,
us.
I don't think they've ever.
It
said
was
I
that.
just
mean,
always-
Mama has. These
Yeah,
days.
no,
Like,
Mama has,
she's
but
grown.
our dad definitely not.
Never.
But it's just it's
Never.
more so like
Actually,
it-
he
it-
says that to me sometimes.
oh no, it's more so like
It's either you do the job right or you get called stupid.
Exactly. It's either you do it right and
we're
there's
trauma
no
dumping
comments,
again.
Yeah.
or you
Yeah,
do
it's
it
like
wrong
that.
and they shit.
No,
on
because
you.
okay, because like I'm sure some listeners are like the
Yeah.
same with us, where it's their parents are like for example our dad, they like he's doing something, he's like, hey, go grab that over there, and like what's over there, and he's like, over there, and I'm like,
It's that thing, you know.
Yeah.
It's over there.
and then I go over there, I come back, he's like, that's the wrong way, you idiot, and then he'll go
But
and get
that's
it.
the thing. It's
And
over there.
Yeah, and he's like, you didn't see it, whatever. And we're like, no. For example, the most recent thing was that this is what you have to do to like fix this or that if something comes up, whatever.
Mhm.
And he said, oh, did you do this and this next? He gave me kind of like a list to like do stuff
Yeah.
before
Mhm.
like after they left. And I was like, oh yeah, I already did all that. And he's like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? That was it. Like that was it. Like there's no
Yeah.
thank you, which I mean at this point I'm used to it.
Yeah,
I'm not really looking for
I'm
it.
not
I'm not
looking
looking
for
for
another
it,
thing.
but it's just like that's been like throughout our whole lives
yeah.
of like that happening, and I like maybe when we were kids we would
I mean,
like
yeah.
want
I
a
mean,
thank
because it's
you.
like, it's like
but-
you meet the expectation, and if you do good,
Mhm.
like
yeah, then it's just like cool.
Good.
they shouldn't be like praising you for meeting the
it's just-
expectation.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So
But it's like what's it called another big thing that I think we also have is like, or I don't know if you guys have it. For me, it's like I hate accepting things, like physical things.
oh yeah, me too.
Oh,
Because,
yeah.
because like we've seen all the time examples with our parents, but it's like anytime anyone offers us anything,
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
like
they
they're
always
always
no,
like
and then it'll be a huge thing where it's like
Huge.
I'm not gonna
roundabout.
take this.
Yeah.
a
Yeah, I'm not
roundabout.
gonna take this. Like no
Yeah.
shot, no way. And I have this problem as well, and I noticed it, and it's like, oh, I find it so so annoying because even the smallest thing that anybody offers, like anything. For example, like say like we had something because like I work like in a restaurant, we had something and it's like they made something and it wasn't the correct thing, and so they're like, okay, well, we'll just give it to the employees to eat, and I'm like, no, I don't want it because like I don't like accepting things.
See, I do that too because like people like I mean throughout like high school and college, like. Even like in those settings, because at work I never like throughout those settings, because like you know you're with friends and they're like, oh, like you know they bought something and it's like, oh, let's share it. I'm always like, I'm good.
Yeah, it's always
they're always like,
well, because I'm like, it's your money. Like you should have all. I mean, that's
like
how I think.
I'm like, if I'm contributing something too, then
no,
I might. But like even in that situation, like especially if I don't know them well, I still wouldn't.
Oh yeah,
I'd be like, I'm willing to share, but I'm not gonna take yours, right? And then like so that was a thing, like throughout high school and college that people would call me out on. And they're like, they would be like, one of these days I will make you eat a Cheeto.
Yeah,
and I'm just like,
my friends used
they're
to do
like,
that
one of these days I will make you take something from me. And I'm like, what? Like, why is this such a big thing?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Like, I would always be like, no, I'm good. Like, I don't like need or want that, you know?
Literally, I feel so awkward because we'll be doing something like my manager would make a new drink or something. Like, oh my god, this tastes so good. And like makes one for everybody.
Yeah.
And then it's like, here's yours. And I'll just hold it. And it's like the most awkward thing where I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. Yeah. Like, do I drink it? Like, because I don't want this. You know, like this isn't really like I don't take things from people.
Yeah. It's such a weird thing that a concept. I guess a lot of people probably also like, what's wrong with these people?
Yeah, they're probably just take it. Like, of course,
especially American.
Right.
It's different.
But it's I don't know. I guess culturally, it is different. Like I know one time it was bad because I did apologize, but it's At my job, one of the girls like she had popcorn and she's like, "Hey, do you want some popcorn?" And I'm like, "I hate popcorn." Like I just said that like and I'm like, "No, thank you." And I was like, and then I thought about it like right afterwards and like. Did I just say that to her?
Yeah.
And then I was like, sorry. I'm like, I'm so sorry that I didn't mean to be like mean or anything like that. But I'm like, I just truly I don't like popcorn.
I don't like popcorn.
But it's also like I'm also like I would never accept anything from anybody. But I mean, unless it's like my close friends, then it's like it's okay. Like if they offer me something, but
they gotta work
right, exactly. So it's like you know, it's like okay, cool, whatever. But like I think I am getting a little better, at least with the people I know, of like if they can me something or like they want me to try something or not, that I will do it.
Yeah.
But like, but still with like other people who's like even if it's like a manager or a coworker that we've talked on and off, you know, here and there like during work hours and all that, and like we cool with each other, you know. But then they're like, oh, here's this. I'm like, no, it's okay. I'm like, I'm good. You know what I mean? So it's just like it is a weird concept to grasp for a lot of people who didn't really grow up with this
like this sort of like mentality. Yeah, but I do know it's like it's probably up and it's probably like Hmong people in general. That's probably more.
It's like I think Asian in general.
Because I was like I'm not sure about like Asian in general if it's like other people because I just find the struggle within us like specifically.
No, for sure
having it hard because even when other Asian people like tell me no just have it dog I'm like no I can't. I just can't.
Yeah, they're like why? They're like you just can't. Yeah, like. It's just something that we just think it's the absolute
like simple and
like it's something. It's not,
and I don't even know. It's like is it like a feeling of like indebtedness or is it a feeling like burden?
I personally don't like being indebted to people.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I like so like it's like whenever it's like because some of those kind of things I do see it as that even though it's definitely not like they don't mean it that way.
Right.
But it's like I don't like I take it that way. So it's like I don't want to take this from you because then that means I have to reciprocate and
Right. Yeah, exactly.
It's like not
I don't want to play this game of back and forth.
Yeah, it's just like not necessarily like it's like you know they aren't looking for reciprocation, but it's like I will feel obligated.
I feel like it. Yeah, exactly.
Say for example, like remember when we were kids, we would walk from the bus stop home, and it would be raining. Yeah. People would offer us rides, and we just refuse because it's just
okay. But that's like shit.
No. But like there are people like you know we go to school with, you know.
Yeah. Or like
they're like people,
even like
neighbors,
family friends, even family friends.
Yeah. No, for sure. No, like other Hmong people. No.
Yeah, even that. It's like we were just like no. Like
it's like no. It's only right there, and it's like we still gotta take.
It's still like half a
mile. Or like when we go to like parties and stuff, and mama and they'll be like, go play with the kids, whatever, right? And we're like, no, we're okay. And then they're like, you remember like when they used to be like, if they're playing like on video games, they're like, you want to play? And we're like, no, we're okay. We just sit here and watch. Yeah. Because we just don't want to do anything.
It's crazy because I
interrupt the peace.
No, it's crazy because because I do think about it, or when I do think about it now, and I'm like, damn, yeah, like we would go and it would just be like literally a room full of kids just playing games.
Yeah,
literally just
all the kids would be shoved into one room.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
okay, but it's also like I guess like with how we grew up, like it's just weird because we'd never really been around a lot of kids. Like every time we go on vacation, we would go. Like we would see other kids and whatnot. But they live such different lives from us.
No,
it's like insane. Yeah. Where it's like two different whole like new worlds, and it's just like a culture shock.
We weren't we weren't socialized as kids. Mm-hmm. All we did was hang out with ourselves.
Right. Which is fine.
I think we grew up fine. You know?
I think there's some underlying stuff.
Like we've had
everybody.
issues, but that's everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think like we've grown up well.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I mean, because like we look at some of those kids and they're like in trouble with the law, and I'm like,
that's putting it lightly.
No, for real. And I'm like, I'm over here like, well, damn, you know. But it's just like, even though like
we were just too sheltered to be that bold.
We were. Right. I think we were too sheltered, but it was also good that we were sheltered in a way. It wasn't a good balance, but it was a good enough balance.
Good enough balance that we were able to like think for ourselves eventually, like the right and wrongs and stuff.
Right.
I mean, what's it called? Like recently, I went to like a party or whatnot, and I realized it within myself. I was like, damn, I was like, I don't drink alcohol. Like I just don't. And it's not like a thing where it's like it's like, oh, alcohol is bad, I don't drink. It's just like I actually just don't drink alcohol. Like and I figured I was like, I'm gonna be that friend. I'm gonna be that friend who just never drinks alcohol.
It's like because before I always like wanted to drink, right? Just cause I wanted to drink because I want to know what it's like for these kids who always drink, right? So I used to drink. After like a couple times getting drunk, I've come to a realization that I don't like it. I don't like this feeling. And like it's not that I don't like it. Like sometimes it's okay because it does let me loose a lot.
Yeah,
but like at some point you feel like you're out of control, and then also at some point, like when you start getting headaches, it's like you don't want that. I don't know. I just don't find it too enjoyable. Like it's so overrated. Like going to like a bar with friends and drinking like one or two drinks, that's fine. That's cool. Like it tastes good. It's all right. You get loose. You have a little fun, whatever. Yeah. But like people who gets drunk nightly or daily, and it's just I don't get
weekly,
that.
Bro.
Even weekly, no, monthly. I don't get it.
It has to be once in a long while.
Once in a minute. Like you drink here and there. You know what I mean? Like just I don't know. Be smart about it.
Like I'm like because I only I'm a social drinker, right? I'll drink if there's a reason to. Mm-hmm. Like if there's like a hangout, and everyone's drinking, it's like I'll have a couple drinks. Yeah. But I personally hate the taste of alcohol. And I only drink because we're in a setting where we are drinking, right? But it's like, you get to like that, like, oh, like, woozy state, and you're just like, oh, this is great and everything. Yeah. But like that state, like, only lasts for like a bit, and then you're immediately tired. Like, I'm
sleepy.
Yeah, it's like there's just it's such a because the ride up is like very gradual, especially if you're pacing yourself. I mean, if you're like knocking back shots, then it's different. But like, then like the drop off is so instant.
Because like one point you're like you're feeling good, and then the next instant you're just like I'm so tired.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to do anything at all. I don't want to move, and like so I'm just like I don't know. To me it's not worth it. Drinking culture is such a big thing in college, and it's also peer pressure. Because I didn't drink until college, and that was mainly and I started drinking mainly because of the peer pressure, but also like. I mean, it's a social thing, but it's like also, but I never because I only drink with friends. I never drink outside of friends. I feel
like you probably should.
Even at bars and stuff, I don't drink. Yeah, I don't drink to the point of where I'm like tipsy even or feeling it. I was like, I'll have like sips. What I'm like, I can't drink to the point where I'm feeling it because if I do, then I'm like, I have to be in control though. Like I, especially in a public space, because I'm just like, that's not safe.
Scary.
No, for sure.
So
Well, let's go with Landon's first
I know. I love how we
forgot about that. Yeah.
Well,
what is yours again?
I have the architect. These thoughtful tacticians love perfecting the details of life, applying creativity and rationality to everything they do. The inner world is often a private, complex one. Just like I said, I don't particularly think I am like the architect. I think I'm more INFP mediator. But this is what it is.
What is this?
If any of you guys are INTJs.
That's what it said. Landon's like, I don't identify with it.
No, see, this one literally says
that's cool.
It can be lonely at the top as one of the rarest personality types. I don't feel like this is me.
Yeah.
Well, that's weird. Yeah. But like, I was scrolling down too. Yeah. So for like defenders, right? For example, it's saying the gift of loyalty. Interesting, right? Is who allows their friendship or relationship to fade away from lack of effort.
Yeah.
Is who
Wait, what?
Rare is the defender who allows a friendship or relationship to fade away from lack of effort.
Oh, from lack
They
of
invest a great deal of energy and maintain strong connections with their loved ones, which is true.
Good.
I mean,
good. That's a good
now
thing.
with 2 jobs is kind of hard, but
Yeah.
yes. But I think I do invest a lot of time with my friends. And then it says the highest of standards, which is very true. In terms of like my mentality when it comes to work, I have very high standards.
Yeah.
So it's like good enough is rarely good enough.
Yeah.
Like for me,
I think that's for all of us.
I'm very meticulous, which I am. Like when it comes to like work.
I mean, like work is different.
Like it's a different mode.
Yeah,
for me.
it's a different mode.
But it's like, it's weird because I'm like when people are just like I don't understand how people just
half-ass things.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I don't understand.
Where they're like you can just do it. Like
because I'm like you do it right things. I'm like there are things you do it right the first way, then you don't have to think about it again.
There are some things you can half-ass. There are like I'm not gonna lie. There are things a lot. There's some steps you can half-ass. No lie,
and it'll be fine.
And it'll be fine.
The
whole thing
the whole
and
operation.
the big picture you cannot half-ass it. And I just don't understand how they like have a job still. Like that's how I think about it. I'm like, damn, I'm working like I'm putting 110% in, and y'all putting in like 30%, and y'all still have a job.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's crazy, man.
But it's like, but I can't bring myself to
I can never I can never stoop that low. I can never.
Yeah,
like even if it's a minimum wage job, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Like I remember when Landon and me worked together. Yeah. There was no way, no shot that I was going to be like them, where they just half-assed everything. I just can't do it.
So, this is the crazy part. So I've been working at this other, like my main job right now. I'm working at this place for a year, and I think it's coming a year, 2-3 months now. And I've gotten to the point where, because, you work with people, and it's, you either get, like, good coworkers, which I have good coworkers, friendly coworkers, and then I have, like a couple too bad eggs,
Yeah.
And it's, like, it's always those people that, like, drive you down. And for me, like I said, unfortunately, for me, it's out of, like, pettiness, and it's out of, like, why do I do, like, 110%?
Yeah.
And then still get yelled at? And then it's like, then why am I even putting all this? It seems like no one even cares.
Yeah.
And because, like, for me specifically, when it comes to this certain coworker I have, it's like, no shot, kid. Like, anytime I work with you, I put in, like, the least amount of effort I can. Only because if I do more than I normally have to, then I end up doing your job for you.
your job for you.
Yeah, no.
And it's consistently like this. I'm consistently doing your job for you as well, and you don't recognize this.
Yeah.
You don't care about this. No one else.
Advantage
No one else recognizes this, and it's like then I will just do less. I will do less so that I have to stop doing your job for you.
Yeah.
And it's so annoying.
Yeah, it is very annoying.
I don't know if like there's some.
I was like, but this is a job that like I drone at. This is like a job that like I just kind of autopilot on.
Yeah.
So it's a job at this point that I've learned everything. Yeah. And I'm not like struggling to meet the expectations of the job.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I only do what is required of me at this point, because it's like I'm not going to go above and beyond, because if I do, I am doing your job for you.
Yeah.
And this is a person who's also, like I said, who's not being penalized for this. Yeah. And it's like, I don't want to like, I don't want to do your job for you.
That is true. All right, should we go to strengths and weaknesses?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
Well, for the mediator, strength is empathetic, generous, open-minded, creative, passionate, idealistic.
Okay, go for it.
So those are the strengths, and then the weaknesses. I'm like, we're not gonna get through this.
Yeah, no, we can't. We can skip some steps like the romantic relationship.
Yeah, we don't even know about that.
Yeah.
But the weaknesses is unrealistic.
Whoa.
Which I mean, maybe. I mean, I am like in like certain aspects. I know I'm being unrealistic. Like for example, like relationships, like romantic relationships at least, because I've never been in a serious one, right?
Right.
In a serious romantic relationship.
Have you been in one?
No.
That we don't know.
No. I've never been in one, and that is because I know I have unrealistic expectations.
Yeah.
But I'm fine with that. Like I'm fine with never meeting the one because of my
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god. Here we go.
I'm like, I don't need, like, because that's not something I feel like I need in my life.
Yeah.
And so if someone doesn't meet my unrealistic expectations of a partner,
there's no way.
I'm fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Then I'm fine, you know?
Right.
And lots of people are not like that, but I am, right? Mm-hmm. And so I know, and I'm aware that they're unrealistic. And I'm like, it's fine.
But it's fine though. Yeah, it's okay.
I am self-isolating, which I am. I've gone stretches of time without talking to anybody. Mm-hmm. Like, I remember, like, when I was living back in college in my apartment, when everybody was out, it was probably like 2-3 week period. It would just be me in this apartment. And I wouldn't talk to nobody. Like, I wouldn't even text people. Like, I wouldn't respond to people. I would go weeks without hearing anybody talk, not hear myself talk. And so sometimes I would be like in the kitchen or whatever, and I'm like, I haven't heard myself in a few days.
Yeah, you're like,
and so
my
I would
voice.
like,
I
would like read something so I can hear my own voice just in my out loud.
Just out loud.
But yeah, I am self-isolating, I would say. Unfocused.
Cash is like,
I am very sporadic. So it's like unfocused is as imaginative, introspective, doesn't lend itself to productivity, which is true. I am not that productive. In my personal life, emotionally vulnerable. That's a weakness.
we might have to run through it a little bit, just because we still got a lot of listeners.
Desperate to please, which I feel like that is all of us. Desperate to please, self-critical, yes, and that is my weaknesses. Okay, so
but do you resonate with that? Like everything.
I think all of these. I think all of these. Yeah. Like it's just like because I am like you are very emotional, but I am also very emotional. We just
two different kinds of
emotional, right? Because I'm like I do absorb negative energy really damn easily, like so damn easily. Like, it annoys me because I'm like we all have like anger issues to a point. And I'm like, I always have this underlying rage. And it's always
it's like hope.
No,
always
angry. I know.
I'm always angry.
I'm always angry, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't take a lot for me to spike, right? And so, but it's just like, but when people come at me with negative energy, it spikes very easily. But even like negative energy is like sad energy. That also, like, not like angry. I don't get angry when people are sad. Yeah. But I easily get sad when people get sad. Like, cause like there's like moments where I will like just start tearing up for no reason. And I'm like, but why? But it's just like, but it is like, I absorb people's emotions. Really. Like, especially negative. Like happy emotions, I'm less. Like
no. I'm like, there's a wall.
Yeah, I'm like, if someone's happy, then I'm like, oh, good for you. Right? Yeah, but if it's something negative, then I'm like, oh, oh my god, it's like I feel that, right? Yeah. But so negative emotions definitely. So I'm like this. I get it. This is me. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well. Here it is. My strengths and weaknesses. Okay. Yeah. So I'm supportive. Nice. which. That's true.
That's a good thing.
I do. I do that a lot. I'm reliable. I think I'm reliable, right? Yeah. Okay. I think I'm reliable. I'm observant.
Good.
Okay. Because I do, like, for me, I tend to, like, if I meet someone for the first time, I tend to, like, judge them at first. Oh, yeah. And, not in a bad way, but I just, like, see what their tendencies are and see, like, would I fit with this person? Because like there are times when I'm like, no way, no way, I'm gonna be like we're not gonna be close. We're not gonna be close. Yeah. Like we can coexist. That's the best it could be.
I can tolerate you.
Right. That's the only thing. Right. And it is enthusiastic. I don't know about that one because I'm a very mellow person. I'm never energetic really.
Wow.
I'm very mellow. I want to say. Hardworking. I would say I'm hardworking, right, guys?
Hardworking. Two jobs.
Yeah. Okay. Good practical skills.
Skills.
What does it say? Let's see. They take action, meaning they're more than happy to roll up their sleeves and do what's necessary to take care of their friends. Oh, that's true. Well, I guess I'll take that.
Yeah.
But those are my strengths. My weaknesses.
Taking the strengths of this website. I think.
My weaknesses is overly humble, which I feel like we all should resonate with that. I think we all resonate with that. Where we don't. Please don't compliment. That's literally it. This one I can see. It says taking things personally. Yeah. I for sure do it. Yeah. But like that, I guess that's just how I'm wired. Because I also had this revelation where I'm like, happy things do not influence me in that many ways. Yeah. But when it comes to negativity, it really drives me. You know what I mean? I feed off of it.
You feed off of negative
like
energy.
Really like when I don't do my job right. Not that I do my job right, but when I do my job, but it's like it wasn't good enough, I'm like, I'm gonna show you that I can do better. Yeah. Or like if someone does something better than me, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, you think you can?
I'll meet you there, man.
No. You think you can do this? Watch, I can do it better than you 3 times more. So I'm like, let's try it. Let's do it. Let's try it. Because I always think about it. I'm like, it's kind of sad, the way I put it. Yeah. But it's like I don't have the talent. I don't have the knowledge. I'm not as smart as people. I don't have the talent. Yeah. I'm not capable. I don't have the skills and whatnot. Like I just don't have. I don't have the the resume, I guess, because I don't have a college degree and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I'm like, the only thing that I can hang my hat on is that I'm hardworking.
Yeah.
Where it's like, if you,
I'll get shit done.
if you, if you and me have the same job, I'm going to do that and more. And then if you do that, the same, if you replicate what I do, I'm going to do that and one more than you. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only thing that I know that I can do, I'm confident in. And, like, I want to say that when stuff like that, like, criticism, even, like, I get constructive criticism, it's cool. Like, I get it, but it does irk me in a certain way because I'm like, I'm putting in a lot of work and I'm like, damn, but I'm like, but okay, it's whatever. I'm like, all right, okay, I'm gonna show you that I can do better. I can do more. So I take a lot of things personally. And I'm like, that is very true. That I do. But I'm repressing their feelings. I want to say in a way, yes, because I a lot of times I'm in denial. A lot of my feelings. Not that I'm in denial, but like I ignore them. Like I'm just like, and then eventually they do just dissipate because I just forget about them. So it like that's just the formula that I've discovered that works well with me. Because if I think on it too much, then it stresses me out, I guess. And then so I just ignore it. Like it does get me angry in the moment, but like 5 minutes down the line, I'm like, it's gone now. So it's like, whatever. So but I do tend to repress the feelings. I'm overcommitted.
Which are weaknesses or strengths?
Weaknesses. Which I am overcommitted. I'm very overcommitted, like with a lot of things. And I tend to try to stay and repair a relationship longer than I should be. Where I'm like, why am I still here? Like when it's not working.
So you gotta learn how to cut people off.
Kind of. In some ways, kind of. In a way, So, and then reluctant to change. That's probably me too. Where if I'm set on my way, my routine and whatever. I'm set on it. Like, don't try to change it, bro. Or whatnot. Or, like, if I'm a certain way of thinking, that's just me. That's why, like, me and my...
See, that's why you can't go with the flow.
No, it's okay. But, our little sister and me, we're always in arguments. Because she's always like, you always thinking this way, and blah, blah. But she has issues. I'm sorry.
I mean, we all
got issues, but, like, her kind of issues is a little... I don't know how to put it.
Oh my goodness.
But I'm not trying to start an argument. Just say it. But anyways, and then I'm too altruistic, which is I'm too generous. I'm a giver. I'm a giver.
Too generous.
Oh man.
Okay, no, but in a way because it's like
it's a weakness.
Because I'm a giver. Like I like giving stuff to like people. And I feel like that's what makes me feel good. Like if I give someone something and they're happy about it, I'm like, I did a good thing. You know what I mean? I did a good thing. You know, like I said, but like when they give me something, I'm like, no, please, that's disgusting. It's like, I remember like when I was younger, middle school, elementary, high school age, whatever, I tend to give too much and then they start taking advantage of it. And then I wasn't
little kids.
I wasn't obviously aware of it at the time, but now thinking back at it, I'm like, damn man, I'm like,
why was I like that?
I really just I'm like I spent so much time and I gave so much and I'm like I don't know why I wanted them to like stay because they really didn't do much for me. So I'm like, what the So that was my strengths and weaknesses, and I think for the most part it kind of resonated. Which is kind of accurate, scary accurate actually. So
well, Landon's isn't.
Apparently.
What are your strengths and weaknesses?
Well, let's see. Okay. I was reading so these are the strengths, right? Rational is one of the strengths. I don't think I'm a rational person.
I don't think you are.
I think I'm an overthinker. So like,
right.
So like, I'm definitely not rational. I'm more or less like, I think a lot.
Definitely
not rational. There's informed. I don't think I'm an informed person either. I think
like if there's a topic that you're like, oh, like what is this about? I think you do deep dive into.
I think I do deep dive too, but it's certain and it's also like how should I put it? It's certain. And it's very like I'm always into like the niche things. I'm never really into like.
I mean, but like I don't think it matters if you're like whether you're informed, like super informed about like current events or like just things that you enjoy. But it's just like you like to know what there is to know about whatever you like, right?
Agreed.
Maybe that's
and then there's independent, and I just started reading this, and it says for these personalities, conformity is more or less synonymous with mediocrity. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I always feel like I conform, so I'm like, this is definitely not me. Because I want to say like I conform, but it's like. I like to think of conforming as in like whatever like I do like a job or something. It's like I like to be textbook. I like to be just like everyone else because that's how it's supposed to be done. I don't like to stray too much from the path,
Be unorthodox.
So I was like, I don't know if I'm independent per se. Maybe determined. I don't know if I'm determined. determined.
I'm not determined.
No.
He's over there. Nah, that's not me, man. Determined? Nah.
Literally here says goal oriented, and I'm like, I don't think I'm goal oriented.
Yeah.
I don't think I set goals for myself, and I, meet them. I don't think that's how I am.
Yeah.
I definitely set goals, but
Yeah.
But getting there is a whole different ball game.
I definitely didn't set anything. Like,
He's over here just degrading himself.
Because half these things aren't even true.
So your weaknesses are your strength then? What's the weaknesses?
What's the weakness?
What's
Let's
the
hear it.
weaknesses?
Let's hear it.
So the weakness is arrogant. Nah, I'm not arrogant. At least I don't think I'm
See?
arrogant.
Oh my god, opposite.
Maybe
Yeah.
in a way,
I feel like
I think so, in a way.
I feel like I do come off as arrogant sometimes.
in a way.
Sometimes.
But,
In a way.
With
With certain things that you know about,
I feel
yeah.
like when you're teaching someone something, you
Yeah,
are
yeah. No, for
Probably,
real. Oh my god, that is so true.
yeah,
That
you're
is so true.
very arrogant with it.
Yeah.
and then there's dismissive emotions. That's definitely very true.
What is it?
Dismissive of emotions.
dismissive.
I feel like I'm pretty dismissive of
Yeah,
emotions.
you are.
Just because
For sure.
it's like, because sometimes when people feel things, it's like, dog, I'm telling you this. Okay, this is what I'm telling you. Stop thinking that this is like something bad or something.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
telling you what it is for what
Yeah.
it is. I just like it when people
Overthink
When
it.
they
Yeah.
overthink, no.
Overthink
when
it.
they push their own emotions
yeah, when they
onto
put their
it,
emotions onto it or
like
something.
projecting.
Yeah, like say for
Yeah.
example, if somebody did something, the way I did, well, I didn't like it, right? And I'm telling them it, right? And then they get upset and they cry because they're like, why are you yelling? It's like, I'm not yelling at you, I'm telling you this, okay? I'm telling you this. This is what I'm talking about.
But he's over there. Hey, I didn't like how you did that.
I don't want you to get upset. What I want you to do is to fix this. That's all it is.
Actually, you might need some help with self-awareness. Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe you are yelling and you don't
you
realize
don't
it.
realize.
And then there's the next one. Overly critical.
Okay, I think that's true.
I think you are overly
I
critical.
think so.
Yeah.
It's combative. I don't know about combative. I'm not really
Combative in what way?
Yeah.
Like, confrontational.
Hate blindly following anything without understanding why.
Yeah,
Here and there.
I think so.
This includes restrictions and authority figures who impose on people with this person. Like,
That's him.
they get caught up in arguing about useless rules and regulations. No,
I
like
think so.
I don't
Yeah.
think so. Well, personally, I don't argue with people. I guess I could say I choose not to follow things that I don't quite understand. Because like I said, I'm not a really confrontational person. I try not to like confront anyone about anything.
Yeah.
But it's like if I don't like quite understand how something is being done or run, I'm not gonna follow it just because it doesn't make sense to me, you know. And it's like, and I'll still do my own thing because like I'm like, no, I'll just do it my way because I know my way and I don't know this way.
Right.
This way
So
doesn't
I mean,
make
I think that that's
I guess
in a
you
way.
guys
Yeah,
true.
in a way.
Yeah. And there's, and I like this one the most. Socially clueless.
I like this one.
socially what?
Socially clueless.
Oh,
I think I'm definitely here.
yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I was like, yeah, I'm definitely like oblivious to just the way some people are.
Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
like, yeah, in general, because it's like reading people, like, because for me,
Reading
it's
is
like,
hard.
yeah, reading people is hard.
What?
I think, because like
It's pretty
I'm
simple.
very oblivious when it comes to like a lot of things, like,
Yeah.
because like I don't go into into conversations and like friendships and stuff. Analyzing people.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, I know.
I'm pretty bad at that.
Like, yeah, I'm
But
just
sometimes
like.
I'm too analytical about things.
Yeah. I'm like, I usually don't. I'm like, okay, well, let's see what they're bringing to the table, and then we'll go from there, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And
right.
I'm just like, yeah, so I'm just
Well,
like,
okay. I guess in a way for me, what they bring to the table, that's true. But then when they like certain things they bring to the table, I'm like, but why though? And then I start
God.
thinking about
I'm
it.
like,
Yeah.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
I don't try to read into people,
Right.
because like, yeah, no, because like some people,
I mean, I
some
guess
people,
it's rude, but
some people you can tell that they're putting up a front, right?
Yeah.
oh no,
Um,
for sure.
But yeah, but like, I mean, like in general, I don't try to like, because I'm like, okay, well, if they want me to see them in this way, they have a reason to.
Right, but then I start realizing,
I mean, but yeah,
why
like,
though?
if-
And then I'm also like, but like you might have some like underlying agenda. What's going on? Let
Yeah.
me figure this out. And I'm like, are you a good or bad person?
Yeah.
And then I started thinking about it.
I mean,
and then
but, because if they're faking something, it's like,
not it.
then you don't like. It's like they gotta fake it pretty well, right? For me to like.
So that also means they've been doing it for a long time. So I'm like,
Yeah.
so
Oh
what
my
kind of
God.
person are you really? You know what I mean? Then you get into that whole thing. Then
Yeah.
you gotta really think about it because I'm like, I gotta see what you are. You know what I mean? For who you are.
Yeah.
And then once I start figuring out what it is, then I start telling them what's wrong with them.
Oh my God. No, I'm like,
and that's pretty
see,
bad.
I'm
But-
like, yeah, like, I'm like, I don't know, people in general, because it is like insane to me, like, you know, how like everybody comes from different walks of life, right?
Mhm.
No, for
And
sure.
like people are like, you know, like when you talk to people and like even friends and stuff, they talk about like things in their childhood and stuff, and you're like, yo,
Yeah.
that's so different.
I know, it is
Like
so
it is
different.
It's
insane.
like, holy crap.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, yeah, it's because you know we all come from like because
Different
like
walks of life.
even siblings, right?
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
we all have our own experiences.
Oh yeah,
Even though we grew up-
perspectives,
yeah.
way
Yeah,
different
different
perspectives.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
for sure.
I'm like, even though we grew up in the same household
Mhm.
and everything, I'm like, our perspective of like many things, right? Because I guess like, yeah, my perspective of like our parents and our relatives and stuff is so different from like, you know, our younger siblings, right?
Oh no, for sure.
Yo,
Dude,
like,
see, okay, yeah. I was like, see, this is crazy, right? So, because I normally don't stay here like with our grandma per se,
yeah,
and she told me something the other day, and I was like, holy shit, because a lot are because Mickey, for example, right? Mickey's really close to our grandpa, right?
yeah.
And I wasn't like too close to him, you know, this is whatever. I barely like remember him too much. We were talking about like, you know, working and jobs and whatnot, right?
Uh-huh.
We had got on the topic of like of working. I was like, I've worked in so many different places.
Mhm.
Like I have so much experience under my belt for working at so many different places. It's
Yeah.
kind of insane because I think about it, I'm like, damn, I've worked like everywhere.
Yeah.
But I think about it and I'm like, yeah, I was like, I work at a lot of places. And then my grandma was like, she was like, oh no, but that's like, she's like, well, as like your grandpa would say, it's a good thing, you know, because
Yeah.
you have all these experience
Yeah.
and all these different like things that you are knowledgeable and you know now. And
Yeah.
I'm sitting here and I'm like, my dad would never say that to me.
No.
He would never tell me that like, oh, good for experience. He would just be like, oh,
Useless.
why'd you waste all that time?
Yeah.
Doing all these
Yeah.
things that you don't even, you know,
No,
like,
right,
you know,
yeah, no.
And I was like, I don't even know my grandpa. And like,
Yeah.
and I was like, and Mickey, for example, like really respected him. And I was like, I didn't know him. And I didn't know
Yeah.
he was like that at all either.
Yeah.
So I was like,
No, I'm like,
dude, what did I
it's
miss
like,
out on?
it's so, because like, you know, there was like this one thing, I don't remember what it was. It was like, you know, as we grow older, I don't remember where it was from, but it was like my friend and we were talking.
Mhm.
Or was it just me? I don't remember. Oh no, maybe it was her younger sister. She like brought it up. She was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, as I grow older, it's like it was like a couple or whatever. Like the
Yeah.
guy was like, I see my mom more as a child, right?
Mm.
Like she's more childish to me or whatever.
Yeah.
And the girl was like, really, because I see her as more like I see my mother as like so like someone with like so much wisdom, right?
Right.
And
exactly.
I'm like, it's so funny because for us, our grandma is like
so
literally.
wise.
I'm like, God damn,
Pedestal.
everything
All
that
the
comes
way
out
up
of her
to
mouth.
wisdom.
I'm like, damn.
It's like she's spitting facts.
I know.
No, literally.
Spitting
Because, like, you know,
knowledge.
And the crazy part is like, because you know, like I'm not a believer into like superstitious things, and or like just like or like Oriental medicine or whatnot.
Yeah.
But anytime I'm sick, I always think about like, what the fuck would my grandma
Yeah.
do?
What would
Because
my grandma-
even though I know like the shit she does doesn't like it doesn't mean anything in the medical field to
Yeah,
anyone.
to
But
anybody.
to me, I'm like, I don't know what she does, but it works,
But
and
it
I
works.
trust it. Like I
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
right. Like if I'm sick, and she's like, well, because growing up I was the most sick. My immune
Yeah.
system is hot trash, right?
Garbage.
And so like every time I was sick, which is it was like all the time,
Often, yeah.
all the time. It was
Often.
normal, you know,
Yeah.
all seasons, you know. But like, yeah, she would always be like, "Here, have this," and I would, you know, drink it or eat it, and I would feel better.
Yeah.
But like obviously in the medical field, they don't know what the hell is going
Yeah.
on. Like
Yeah.
they're like, "Why would you eat that or consume that?"
I know, right?
Which I mean, they should really study it
Yeah.
if that's the case.
See, the thing is, I still believe that it's like nothing. It's just like gazebos or something, you know?
No, like
The placebo effect. That's like
the
gazebos.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
this-
Gazebo
The
effect.
reason why I
That's
said
so funny.
gazebos was because I was trying to think of the word placebo, and I remembered the scene from It Chapter 2 where,
Oh my
Eddie
God.
talks about like placebos, but
Yeah.
he says it wrong and he says gazebos. So
Wow.
I said it.
Wow.
Sorry.
What
No,
a process.
But like,
There's
yeah,
the
but it's
reason why
like,
I
you know,
said that.
as we grow older, as we mature, you know, into
Yeah.
our adult selves, it is like, cause like, yeah, it's like, you know, you either see your parents as someone
Yeah.
more childish or someone more wise.
Mhm.
And I'm like,
Mhm.
it's so interesting to me. Just like
Yeah.
how we see like our parents in that way
Mhm.
as we
Yeah.
grow older, right? But like, yeah, no, like our grandma, I hope you're like, damn.
Oh yeah,
every
no,
time
our grandma.
every time she says
She
something,
says anything. It's
anything,
like, God,
literally
yeah.
anything. Like even like telling me to like clean the counter, and she's like, yeah, cause like, you know, this and this and this. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, it's like
Even though I should know this.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure it was like a long time ago. I think when we were in high school. It was when Landon
Like it's like
and
I want to be an
our
adult
sister-
like her, you know.
Our sister was younger sister was
We're all
in the
attending at same
rebel
time.
phase.
Rebel phase.
And like
Is
I
she
told
still not.
yeah I told
Anyways.
them like because I used to hang out with my grandpa a lot or our
Mhm.
grandpa a lot.
Yeah.
And like outside I just remember I don't remember much because it's
It's
a
been a
long time
while.
ago. It's been a minute now that I even thought about it. But like there was this one conversation I had where he was like
He was also very wise.
Yeah, no, he was. Yeah, no, for real. Like, for me, I'm like, I still think
even
he
back
was
then,
extremely wise.
I would listen to him
Right.
over my parents.
Well, they were our parents. Like,
I mean,
grandpa and grandma
they
were our
raised
parents,
us,
you know?
basically.
And he used to tell me all the time, hey, like, you have your discipline. Like, you have it sounds better in Hmong, obviously.
Yeah.
But I don't know the words now because I'm stupid. It's okay.
God.
You know what I mean? Okay. But he's like you were, or how he worded it. But he was like,
yeah.
you're disciplined, you're hardworking, and like when you're set to do something, you do it. You know what I mean? And he's like, but the thing is that it's not that you're dumb, but like you're not too smart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're not like that. But he's like,
You're not a
if you
genius.
look at Landon's extremely smart, but
You
but
were sharper.
but he's not focused, and he's
Yeah.
very
Oh my God, no,
basically
that is so
sporadic.
true.
That's such a good
That is so
analogy.
true.
And he was
That's
like saying
so
this. He's like,
true.
so if you be like him, you're not getting anywhere.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna get anywhere.
Oh my god!
That's what he told
I can't
me.
believe he said that.
He said because he's
so
like
reflective of where I am.
that's what he told me
He called it.
because
He
he was like
He's known this.
yeah
Holy
So
shit!
he told me
I only told you.
yeah.
He didn't even say it.
But he said that to me, and I was
so
like,
funny.
that is that. He's like, yeah, that's true,
That's
because
so funny.
I was like, yeah, I'm not, because Landon was always like the smart one out of like all of us in terms of like he always knew
like
how
in
to
school
like
and stuff.
school and stuff too. He excelled like exponentially more
I mean,
than
we
us.
weren't bad,
And
but
we weren't. No, I mean, we were
we were
good,
all
but
really good.
but like it wasn't like Landon.
Yeah.
But he was like, yeah, but Landon just sucks at like focusing and being
Focusing.
like being like you say goal oriented. Like he
Yeah.
just sucked at it.
Yeah.
I don't have anything.
Yeah. So he was just like, so you gotta like that's why I'm like I take it to heart.
Yeah.
Like he's like, you just gotta be hardworking. Of course, like some people are like I guess born talented.
Yeah.
Whatnot, or they have the
an
skills
affinity
already.
for it.
Right. But like you don't. I'm like, which I mean at the time, you know, I'm like, wow, wow, grandpa. But you know, but he's like, but you have to like you have to just, you know, work at it, and eventually you will get there. And there are going to be people that is not willing to put the work in, and you will at some point surpass them.
Yeah,
So it's just you got to be patient, and you got to take the time to do it. And
Steady,
you got to put in
man.
the work. And I'm like,
Slow and
okay.
steady wins
So
the race.
I was very like I guess that's how I like how my work ethic is because of my grandpa.
Yeah.
Or our grandpa, and like I just remember that
No, why do
conversation.
you calling him yours? man?
Okay, I get it, okay, but you know, but yeah, like he was a big inspiration for me.
Yeah.
And I mean, y'all know, so it's like it is what it is.
know.
But you know, so it's just like, damn, man. I'm like, we need more wisdom in here. But
I mean,
I think it's like I said. I think it's wild you just said that like now, and it's like, how the hell did he know? Like, just how did he just know?
because you were a little shit.
Because I feel like that's a pretty good reflective of like even how I am now, and it's like
I mean, yeah,
I think-
like our tendencies as kids definitely bleed into adulthood, and
because I feel like even now it's like I have so many things that like I have ideas, you know, like I have things that I want to do. I have all these like brilliant things, and like I said, maybe
Wow, very humble.
no, listen, maybe it's the arrogance that's coming out. It's like, see, I know these things.
That's
are
your
brilliant.
personality trait, bro.
No,
You're an architect.
I'm sitting here and I'm like, I know these things are brilliant. I know these things are kick ass. I just don't know how to do them. You know, like I can't get them out.
yeah.
And I'm like, how do you like? How do you just like know that?
How
shit
did
out?
he
Like,
like? Yeah,
I can just suss me out like that. Right? I'm like, fuck, I don't.
at like 40 years
I
old, he's
know.
like that kid.
That kid's gonna have a hard time focusing. Like, fucking hell.
Yeah, no, I'm like, damn, man. Like, no, I really, his opinions always mattered to me. It was like, maybe that's like what that is a big flaw in me. It was like I took it way too much, like too much, too hard.
Yeah, way too much.
And to where it's like I felt like after his passing that I was like kind of like blank, like where I didn't know how to like operate without him.
Yeah.
In terms of like where I was seeking some kind of like advice from someone or guidance, right?
Yeah.
Like it was bad because at the point where I became codependent on him,
Right.
Yeah.
and I wasn't independent enough, and I guess that was like my
Rough.
big development where I
Yeah.
had to learn to be independent and whatnot, and like that's what like with Landon I always was like kind of jealous about because I'm like he was so independent a lot of times,
He
and
was just doing his own thing.
he knew how to like self teach himself, and I didn't know how to do that.
Yeah.
Like and even still now I struggle with it where I need someone to like teach me something in order for me to like learn how to do it.
Yeah.
And I hate self teaching myself because I get frustrated at the slightest of me not getting it, and I get mad and I quit.
Yeah.
So, you know, so it's just like I wish like I had a little bit more independence back then. But you know, that's how it was.
It is what it is.
So
yeah,
guys,
Wow, peering deep into our personalities.
Wow. Very
Wow.
deeply.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. This mediator thing, I would say it's pretty accurate to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even when I had gotten it a few months ago, I was like, yeah. This is where I'm at
This
right
is
now.
I.
Yeah. And I'm just the rest is what? Friendships, romantic, parenthood, career path.
Look, you know what? Since we have a little bit of time, I'm kind of curious about your romantic relationships.
I love how you were like, oh, let's skip that.
Yeah, I know, but then now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I kind of want to know. Like, what is your say?
Okay, well, mine is, so we are dreamers and idealists, right? Which I had talked about, where I know I'm unrealistic.
Mm-hmm.
They believe in the power and beauty of true love. They sincerely hope never to settle for anything less. And I won't.
No, that's true.
I won't. If I don't connect with this person on atomic level, on a level, a certain level, then I'm not gonna no way am I gonna be with you, you know? Mm-hmm. And it says they approach the world of romance with high expectations. They may have spent years daydreaming about the perfect relationship, imagining how they would feel to share their innermost selves with another person. But the reality of dating could come as something of a shock to mediators. Which I think in a sense it did, when I was younger, because people, when you're in school, you date people and blah, blah, blah. And I never understood, people who were just oh yeah, I'm dating him now. And then they're a few days later, they're yeah, I didn't really like him. And I'm then why did you date him? I don't get it.
Testing the waters.
That's the thing is just every relationship I've ever been in, it's always been, it has never been, I'm getting into this relationship because I like you. It's always, and I'm being straight up that it's I'm getting this relationship because I'm gonna be with you forever.
Yeah,
right. Anytime I've chosen a relationship, it's always been with that mindset.
Yeah, shouldn't that be the mindset though? It's I don't want to put effort into this kind of relationship.
Yeah.
Friendships is different, right? I don't want to put effort into this kind of relationship where we're committed to each other unless I know we're both committed, you know? And I'm
okay, so in a way, I get it, but
yeah.
Okay, no. For me, when it came to relationships, it was always I like you, you like me. Let's see where this goes. Let's see where this goes. And once I get a feel for who you are, once I know you well enough, then that's when I decide I want this forever or not, right?
See,
so I always because even if we vibe amazing, whatever, but our goals and views can be complete opposites, and that's not gonna work. So it's always I always have to feel you out first. I mean, and it's okay because I want you off the market, so I'm gonna date you first. And then figure it out. You know?
I don't think I would ever date anybody who I wasn't I have to know them know them before.
Oh, really?
They would have to be a friend.
No. If the people I dated, I knew.
I mean, not
I didn't know.
I'd have to know them well.
You know what I mean?
I'd have to be able to already talk deeply with them.
Yeah.
Before I decided to even take that jump. What if 2 years down the line you realize they're I want to get married next year, and I'm
or oh god,
or it's I want 10 kids, and I'm what?
True,
you know?
True.
So it's just no, I have to know that about them already before I date them.
That's kind of rough.
Dude, wait, talk about kids for 1 second though. I was I never understood people who were I want a big family, I want to have kids. And it actually hit me. It was oh my god, having a big family and kids would be a good thing.
What?
No, in a way, I get it.
Because I guess it's part of that childhood, I want to recapture sort of the childhood that we had, because we had a big family, we had a bunch of siblings. I was it'd be so sad if I had just one child.
I know.
And I was and then if I had 2 children, I was but that's not enough. So I need to have 3. I mean, I need to have 4. I need to have 4 kids.
My God.
If I chose the route
really,
to have
that's your
kids,
mindset.
Yeah, if I chose the route to have multiple kids, I would have 4. Because then I'd have a family, and they would all get along,
Well, it depends, man. Some people don't get along.
But it's either 4 or 1. That's what I feel
4 or 1?
4 or 1.
Whoa,
Wait, what happened
there's
to the
no
1,
middle
though?
ground?
There's no middle ground. No.
There's just 1
I'm
or
not gonna
4.
get
Y'all popping out 1,
I
got
get-
pop out 3 more.
Yeah,
God damn.
you pop out 1 and you're thinking about it, you really think about it, and then 3 years down the line, you're okay, let's have another one, and you're now we gotta get 2 more.
God.
we gotta get 4.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No, I'm I do get it. Big families, it's a different dynamic, right? Because it's we have a big ass family.
We do.
A lot of my friends don't.
Yeah.
And then but it's and it's so interesting listening to their sibling dynamic. And I'm just oh, like we did everything together,
Mhm.
and like they would be like, oh no, like we didn't really hang out, or it's like
my sister's in the other room, and she has her own room. I have my own room. Like, dog, we slept in the same bed. Same bed.
Like,
all
like,
5 of us, just sardine style.
Yeah, so I was like, no, I'm like, bro, that's so different. And I'm like, I feel like it definitely is more fun for kids to grow up with.
I think that's my biggest like reason why as well is it's like I want my kids to like grow up around each other.
Yeah,
you know? I don't want them to grow up around other kids, and I was like, and at most it's like, you know, to have like a big family. Which is the biggest reason why if I was to have multiple kids, they would.
I'm like at a point with like married relationship where it's like we're starting to think about marriage, we're starting to think about kids and all that. And like
they get to think about kids.
Like my
they get to think about kids.
You know, like I really think about it. I'm like, I do want to be a dad. Like I really do want to be a dad because every time I see like a cute kid, I'm like, man, I want my own kid. You know what I mean?
No.
Like I want to like experience like having a kid and being a parent, all that. Like I want to experience that, right? But this time I think about it, I'm like, damn. But like, if you really think about it, if you really do think about it, because I've been pitching it to my girlfriend because I said I do want kids, but now I'm like, I don't know yet, right? Because I'm pitching the idea just to gauge her, and she wants kids. I'm like, damn. But I'm like, if you really think about it, the normal age of retirement is like 50, 55 around there. Imagine we don't have kids. We can retire like 45. And we can retire then, and then we can just be living life. We don't have responsibilities. We don't have to stress about more car insurance. We don't have to stress about buying cars for kids or college. Yeah, we don't have to worry about diapers. I'm like, formula? Like, oh my gosh. I'm like, wouldn't that be blessed? And she's like, yeah, but no, we want kids. I'm like, you sure about that?
It's like if we had kids now, then in like 10 years, it's like I have to start worrying about college. And
I know, but I'm like, are you sure? Like, are you sure? I'm always like, you sure though? Because like, for real though, like that's a big responsibility, right? It is. And like, but I do want kids. I do want kids, but I think max is 2. I think max is 2 because I do want like them to have a sibling because I don't want one. Like one is fine too if like we have a good dynamic, but I want him or her to like be able to bounce off with somebody else that that can relate to them, that has imagination like them, you know. So I want them to have another kid, right? Or another brother or sister with them. So 2 is the max, I want to say, because like I'm like when you say 4, I'm like, damn though, because I really think about it, man. It's not just on me though, because it's gonna be a big toll on my girlfriend or my future wife. You know, like it's gonna.
Purely selfish. Purely selfish.
No, like literally, because I look up videos and I try to educate myself on it because I'm like, dude, the way they tear is so crazy, and it's so painful to go through it 4 times. Just one time.
Not even that. Think about the entire like 9 months.
Yes, I know. Okay, so 4 times 9 is 36 months.
That's like so much of your life.
Years. That's 3 years of just 3 years of just being pregnant. And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I can't do that to her.
No.
So I was just like, so, you know, Landon's over here. It's okay.
I just want the kids, you know.
just pop them out already. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't want any kids.
Yeah, like it just
I'm like
changes
being like the oldest too. I think has put that into perspective where I'm like, I don't want no kids.
Okay, well, because you were a little shit. You always bullied us.
I'm like, people are like, oh, you don't want a mini you? I'm like, hell no.
Yeah, I know myself.
I don't want to deal with a mini me.
That's what I tell all the time. Like my girlfriend's always like, I want a mini you. I'm like, I don't want a mini me.
Really? So my partner has always been very adamant about like, no, I don't want kids either.
Yeah.
But I was like, for once, I found a little crack. In the fence. I was like, what if we had because like in my partner's genes, they can be gingers, right? So it's like, what if we had a ginger hafu? Like,
that
think
is so
about
funny.
how cute that would be. And they were like, that little crack. It was like,
I saw the glisten in the eye.
I flipped to the catalog and I was like, the ginger. Think about it.
It's a recessive trait, but think about it. You're okay.
If we have 4.
Yeah, they're big. That's a big pool. That's a big jig pool now. We could get it. We could beat the odds now.
Anyways, I mean, like, obviously, I personally, like, I would love to be a dad as well.
I mean, like, you know, being a parent is hard. I'm like, literally, I can't be a parent. I'm like, I can't give away my freedom 2 children. Because I'm like, no, like once you have kids, that's all you think about, right?
That's all you are. You know?
That's such a big part of your life then, because you are raising a human being.
Yeah.
Like you have to, you have to be good enough for them to make it in this world, and it's a harsh ass world, you know. It's like I don't want to deal with that, and it's like, selfish, right? I mean, in a way, I guess, but it's like I don't feel the need to start a family though, because you know, I mean, back in the day, it's like you would because your kids would die all the time. You know, like that's why people had big families and stuff.
Back in the days, it was actually a game of probability.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but it's like now there's already so many humans on this earth, and I'm like, I don't feel the need to add to that number. I don't feel the need to go through that pain. And I'm like, sure, it's like, it's fulfilling to be a parent, you know, to like raise, this tiny things and like see their milestones and stuff. But I'm like, I don't need that in my life. I'm like, that's something I could also live without. So,
because just like what Mickey was saying, is it's like at this point, you know, once you do have a kid, it's like the kid is everything, and you know,
your
like
responsibility.
Your responsibility. Like they're the number one priority in your life. Yeah. At that point, you have to let go of any other like ties you have. Yeah. Literally, any other ties you have to the world, and you just give it all to this kid.
That's why I said. That's why it's sometimes.
Oh my god, what?
No. With my girlfriend, I'm like, we don't need kids. We really don't.
Like having kids is a really hard thing. That's why, like for me, for example, like I don't see myself if I were to have a kid, not till like my 30s, like my mid 30s, which is very
okay. But it's the danger zone for your partner.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's very scary. And they kind of I want to fulfill my own life before I have a kid, but it's also such a gray area to get to that point, you know? Because once I have a kid, it's like, I'm gonna give this kid like everything, and I'm not, you know, I'm gonna ignore my life. I am just like
like I always like I want to fulfill the things I want to fulfill before I bring another life.
And then
which makes it so hard to, you know, because the timing's never right.
And it's like, and for me, I don't think I ever will hit that fulfillment point, so I'm just not gonna have kids.
No, for sure, for sure.
Because I'm like, I feel like even if I get to that point where I'm like, oh, I finally made it to like a goal that I've had for years, I'm still gonna have other goals, and I don't want to give that up to have a child.
I personally like that. I'm okay with not having kids.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. I really am.
I think it also took me a while to get to that point too. But I'm like, it's like if I just live this world without having a kid, I think I'll be fine too. Yeah. Just because it's like it'd be nice to have kids. Like it would you know be part of my giant fulfilling like milestone I want to do in my life. Yeah. But it's like. But I feel like I don't need to, you know. I don't need to even touch that realm. Yeah. Because it's like, because once you hit, like I said, once you hit that part, that becomes your world, you know. Yeah. And I don't think I need to get to that. I feel like there's so much things I can already do and I need to do. That's like I can live my whole life without having.
That's the thing. Yeah. That's what I'm just saying. But anyways, all right, we've gone for a long time, so
this was the longest yet.
So it's okay. We'll try to cut stuff out, but
we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. So anyways,
but that would be it. I guess I'll wrap it up. But thanks for listening to this episode, even though it's long AF. But so you can always email us at sbsbthepodcast@gmail.com. We do have socials that's also under sbsb the podcast, and just follow us wherever
and hopefully you guys give us good ratings
yes,
for
do that please.
For all the platforms that you guys listen on. Hopefully. So
and then we shall be back next week.
All right. Thank you so much, and you guys have a good one.
Bye.
Goodbye.